Hello, welcome everybody to the second Multilingual Phonetics Club. This week we are going to be focusing on Spanish phonetics, phonology, which I'm super excited about. We're also going to be doing some comparisons between Spanish and English and some transcription stuff, some big group discussions, and we're going to do some work in small breakout rooms, which I'm really excited about. Full disclaimer, this is my first time doing breakout rooms, so yeah, but we got this. Yeah, and welcome to everyone. Oh, there we are. Welcome to folks just joining us. Yeah, this is the Multilingual Phonetics Club, Spanish edition, and I will hand it over to Dr. Gildersleeve Newman.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Better week than last? I know I'm having a better week. That started about Wednesday.
But, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful to be here. As Christina noted, we're going to be, if you're just joining the Multilingual Phonetics Club for the first time, we will be having 2 meetings a month, one where we're going to focus on Spanish, hoy, and one where we will be exploring other languages. And I think we'll probably be exploring Tagalog next time. But this is, as some of you know, my area of expertise is in bilingualism, and it's in bilingual speech acquisition, particularly with Spanish English bilinguals. I worked with Claudia Meyer. We started our bilingual concentration at PSU together. It also started with her the program in Ecuador that we have for graduate students. So, these are areas of interest we've had for a long time. I study speech, phonetics, and speech acquisition, and am very interested in what bilingual speakers Spanish and English look like in the United States, as well as speakers of other languages, because for a very, very long time, bilinguals have been compared to monolinguals in 2 languages. So, and that's, if anything, monolinguals are the ones with the deficits, because if we look at Spanish English bilinguals, and compare them to English monolinguals, those monolinguals are going to suck in Spanish, right? But that's never been how we've looked at it. We've had a very English-centric view within our discipline, and even within linguistics, and also a very privileged view of bilingualism, where you're not called a bilingual if you're not exposed to both languages from birth, right? Then that's because that's predominated the literature, and that this idea of 2 languages having to both have been exposed at birth is not the experience of most of the world. So what I'm going to do, I think what we're going to start with, as Christina said, is a little bit of transcription, breaking into small groups. How big are you going to make them, Christina?
Let's see. So how many folks do we have here? We have, not including you and me,
12 without me.
All right, awesome, cool. So 12. We could do 4 groups of 3. Does that sound good to everyone? All right.
Okay. I am uploading right now. I'll show you what it is. These are some sentences that we use in a bilingual assessment screen test that we have, and these are connected sentences in Spanish. There's 18 of them, and maybe just take a few of them. I'm not going to tell you which ones to take, but and then have one person might read it, and then the others transcribe it as best they can. Okay, it's loading very slowly right now. I apologize, but we're almost there. Any questions before we get started? Okay. How many of you have transcribed Spanish before? Cool.
It's been a long time.
Okay. It's going to be fun. This is great. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited to work with the IPA. With transcribing Spanish, I used a different system in my Spanish phonetics class that was like IPA, but not. So I'm really excited to get in it with the IPA in Spanish.
I am not sure why this is taking so long. Shoot. It's at 30 megabytes and there's 50, so we're almost there.
Yeah, that's
okay.
It's
the thing I'd say about breaking these groups, just go with what you hear, put it down. Don't try and be super correct. I mean, try and be correct, but don't worry about it if you're not doing it right, because that's so important for us to get that experience of linguistic bias, English centrism, which is, what we have done as a field. We're at 42. I hope it comes through. I sometimes have problems attaching. Questions or comments?
One comment is that I see in the chat that a lot of folks are saying that this is going to be their first time transcribing Spanish using IPA. So I think that's really exciting.
It is. Okay, you should have it now. So how long are we going to spend, Christina?
Let's see. How many slides?
I'd say pick 4. Or we set a time limit and then you do what you feel comfortable. 10 minutes?
10 minutes? Yeah, I think 10 minutes sounds good. Cool. Do 10 minutes. I'm downloading the slides to now. I think we have to download them in order to access them, actually.
Did everybody get the article in Spanish transcription that was sent out?
Okay. Here, let me drop that actually here in the chat, and I have it ready to do that. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. So many windows open.
So great. We'll have you start breaking. As long as one person in each group has the slides, then we should be good to go.
Okay. So I'm dropping the thing. I'm sorry, the transcription
for Spanish, the tutorial, I guess.
Yes, there you go. Thank you. Yes, I just dropped that in the chat, and mine is still downloading for the PDF. Is anyone else is still downloading or has it downloaded? Yours is still downloading, Elise? All right. This might take a few minutes.
Who has them? We could make sure. Has it come down? Has anybody been able to download it? We don't have to use the pictures. You can start with something.
I mean, I wonder if I could just do a quick Google search and just be like.
I'll give you some sentences right now, and then when this is one of them. 2. Let's see. I'll give you 5. How's that sound? And then if you want to do different ones, but at least you'll have, there's 4 and 1 more. Okay, so there we go. How about we just use those? You want to break them into groups? Or you?
Yeah. It's up to you. This would be my first time breaking into groups, but I can do it.
So who doesn't speak Spanish? Let's get you in different groups. Carla doesn't. Bhavani.
Yeah, if you don't speak Spanish, can you use the raise hand function, please?
There you go.
See, someone clapped. Did you mean to clap, or is that a raise hand? Oh, okay, raise hand. Okay, thank you, Bhavani. All right, so it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and then Bhavani as well. Bhavani's hand is not raised, but she is also someone who does not speak Spanish.
Daria had their hand up briefly too, I think.
Who did?
Daria.
Daria? Okay, cool. Thank you. So Daria and Bhavani as well.
I think you can just randomly assign,
Okay,
Christina,
cool.
and then just if a group ends up with all, monolingual English speakers, we'll move people around.
Cool. All right. So we're going to do 4 groups. I'm going to say assign automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Cool. Right on. Let's do it up. All right. Yep. Cool. There we go. Oh, did it? Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
See y'all in a little while.
2. 3. And then 1, 2. 3. Okay, great. Cool. I think this has worked out.
I'm just curious. I got a call from you.
So now you join and I'll just think, you might make me co-host. It might be easier. I don't know.
Okay. Oh yeah, I did make you co-host too. Right at the
Now?
beginning. Yes. Do you see it? Really? Let me try again.
Somehow I think you started to, or you did, but then no, it says I am co-host. You're right.
Okay, cool. Right on.
But I wonder why I can't make breakout rooms. Oh, well.
Oh, well, maybe, what if I made you host? Are you cool with that? Oh, well, actually, maybe after.
You don't have to do that. Yeah, let's not
Okay.
mess with it.
Yeah.
But if you want me to have that role at all, just, we can change that.
Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah. All right. I want to join one of the breakout rooms. Let's see. Did I? Okay. There's just going to be one extra.
You don't know. Try and
Yeah.
get some new people excited. I'll
Cool.
see you in 10 minutes, right? You'll be
All
in
right.
New York?
Yep. Sounds great. Thank you so much. We'll be back in 10.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye. Actually, do you know how I join one?
I think you just click on one of the groups and join. So if you look at the groups.
Uh-huh. So I have like breakout rooms in progress.
And if you just click on one, I think.
Just like
Does it give you an option to join?
It's not. It says broadcast message to all. I know I can pop in, like professors.
Yeah. Are you doing this by participants? Maybe no, that wouldn't work. It should be by group.
Yeah, I wonder how I pop in.
Why don't you make me host?
Okay. Yeah.
That might be the problem. It shouldn't Let's have-
Oh, it might be me, but all right, here, let's try. More make host. There you go. All right. And then you can just assign me to anyone you would like.
Did you have a group you wanted to be in?
No, you can surprise me.
Okay, we got, yeah, let's see. I'm gonna put you with, give me a second.
Some dinosaurs,
Ooh, we have a group with no Spanish speakers.
Oh,
No,
okay.
actually, that's not true, but I'm gonna assign you to that group.
Perfecto. Gracias.
See you later.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a
Awesome.
lot of fun.
Were you all in the same group?
Yes, Daria, Carla, Amanda, and myself. Yeah, it was fun.
Everybody should be here in 2 seconds. They're going to get kicked out. How'd it go?
It was hard.
It's hard.
It was rusty.
So familiar with transcribing and just using the like English IPA chart. It was difficult to consider how to transcribe certain sounds and how they reflected differently than it would in English.
Yeah. I apologize. I did not catch who was talking. Was that you, Amanda?
I think that was Marielle.
That was me, Mary Al Pintel.
Oh, you're down in the corner on my screen. I'm going to turn it to sticker view. Yeah. Did you all compare?
We did not.
Our group compared for the first one. That was the only one we had time for.
Yeah, and for some reason it didn't occur to our group to compare.
Well, let's see. We could type it in, or you could show your screens and show how you did. Who wants to show their screen?
I can show what I did. I wrote mine down.
Yeah, hold it
Okay,
up.
Cool. Excuse my handwriting. Let me know if you can read it.
And who spoke in your group?
It was mostly me, and Amanda did as well.
Okay, so will one of you read the first sentence?
Sure, I will. La familia tomó mucho jugo de naranja.
Did you take your screen down? Oh, no. Yeah. Did anybody else do that sentence? Okay.
I'm wondering if it would be possible, like if we could maybe put our transcriptions in the chat so we can kind of see if what we did aligned with what other people did.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
And put it in what way?
Just kind of just reply to the chat. Like
Type it phonetically, or just, oh, I see. Did people, like if Christina holds it up, why don't people talk about what they said that was different? I think it's going to take us a while to type it in there.
Yeah, here, I'll continue holding mine up.
So la familia toma mucho jugo de naranja. Any questions about that first one?
So I in naranja, I use for the last J, I use the H, which do the sound.
So the sound versus ya. So the word is naranja. Yep. It is actually the X, right? Because it is made. Thank you for putting that in there, Amanda. I'm gonna make some changes to what you put in there.
I've never transcribed Spanish before, and I know there's different different symbols for different sounds. And
Absolutely, that's why we're doing this.
Exactly.
I don't know if I can. I don't have it open, so I'm having a hard time putting the tab in. Does anybody?
I have the IPA, type it open. You need the tap.
Yeah, why don't you just drop it in the chat?
Okay. Oop.
Oops. Okay. So make sure I get this right. So this is this? Yes, this is phonetic. Whoops, and I missed one of your as. This it should actually be slightly different because I didn't take out your bars. Here we go. So I took out the diphthongs.
Are there diphthongs in Spanish?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
But they're not. So if we said that, I'm just gonna, please don't consider this being picked on, Amanda, but I'm gonna use your transcription because it's very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So in Spanish, it's going to be more la than la, right?
Okay.
So that is a different sound because I didn't hear Amanda saying la familia toma. I'm going to exaggerate. Mucho jugo de naranja.
Naranja. Mm-hmm.
Do you see, anybody want to comment on why I changed on the changes and what they mean?
I would like to comment on the change of, like, for example, the O in English is like more like a O, right? It's a diphthong, right? But the O in Spanish is a little bit, it's not a diphthong. It's a little bit. I don't know. Exactly. It's one sound. It's not like the O, right? Like that kind of slides. It's O, you know. So that's one thing that I noticed is that vowel difference and why that happened. But in English, right, we don't have O really, right? So we have O.
So both languages have O as a phoneme. Everybody's had phonetics, right? So if I use the word, okay, just make sure. But both languages have O equals phoneme, right? But the most frequently used O in English is a diphthong, right? Maybe not in a long word, but for the most part, we say boat with not boat, right? Any other things, questions, comments?
Yeah, I had a question. So you wrote La Familia and you're using the A. Did you mean it to be more, I just dropped it in the chat where it's kind of like that A with an E symbol, or this might be a stupid question, but there is also a symbol just A in the full IPA.
Yes, I did that on purpose, and that's an excellent question. I was hoping you would see that.
Okay, because I was curious on what would be the difference between using the one that I dropped in the chat? Is there a case where it would be used in Spanish, the phoneme that I put in the chat box? Or is it, oh, I see, it's a low central instead. Okay.
Anybody want to pronounce some of those and show us some of the distinctions?
Maybe like la y la, like a and a, maybe.
Okay, thank you.
I'm putting them all in here. What are the differences in production? You know?
Where it's being produced in the mouth.
Yes. So can somebody do those three? Go for it.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take a stab at it. So I'm going to do it, and I'm going to start with the middle one, then do the
Yes.
second one. Okay. So ta for the middle one, ta for the last one, and ta for the first one. Ta.
So why'd you change the order?
I don't know. Maybe because, growing up just only really speaking English, I just felt like having the contrast of like the ta and the ta, and then doing the Spanish, and Spanish is something that I learned more recently, might be helpful for me. So yeah, ta, ta, and then ta.
But also the placement, they go from front, central to back.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, did I just do that without even realizing it?
They're all low vowels. You're all making them with your mouth open, right? Ah, but you're moving your tongue back and forth. So from ah, right? So and in English, we have two of those. So we have a low front and a low back, but in Spanish, you only have one low vowel, and it's in between those two. That is not an unusual occurrence in languages, that you only have, like if you have fewer vowels, or if you have more vowels, you have to spread to the corners of the vowel quadrilateral. But if you have only one, you can just go right for that center there, which is what Spanish does. Other questions, comments?
I had a question. I remember learning in phonetics, I took it about, I don't know, at least a year ago. And the rolling of the R symbol is just the regular R, correct?
Correct.
Okay, cool. And then the tap that you just put in is a different R sound.
Spanish has two R's.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Anybody want to provide an example?
I do have a question about the two R's. So for like the tap would be used for like a one R word, essentially, kind of like pedal, like for butt, right? Like pedal. But then like if you wanted to like talk about like a dog, maybe like it would be like the longer R, and that would be perro. But would that be the just R upside, like regular side up R for the? No, that's like a trill, isn't it?
Correct. Let's see if I can do this I'm trying to borrow your symbols. So I just transcribed two, right? Anybody else want to transcribe those two words I just put in there? Because that is the reason that even though the tap and the trill tend to occur in different positions in the word, you don't have tap for R at the beginning of a word. In the middle of a word, we have a phonemic distinction. Who's going to transcribe that in there? You can do it, Ashley? Go for it.
1 second, because I have to use the typeit.org. So 1 second.
I just borrowed from somebody else on the chat. But yes, Katie, your point. English, even though it's the International Phonetic Alphabet, it's very English biased in many ways, or at least European language biased, because for many phonemes, you have to add something to the phonemes for it to capture contrasts in languages. And there is a symbol that is for the Spanish or for the trill, and it's the upright R. So the IPA at least captured that, but in the United States, we've talked about, you know, some people will learn to transcribe run in English with the right side up R. And that's, it's not what the symbol's for, it's for a trill.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that before on various pages of people transcribing like that, or even, I mean, Google's transcription is a whole other thing, but I'm always like, I don't think that's right, but we'll double check.
Got it, Ashley?
I'm struggling to find one symbol because all their symbols are very tiny on the IPA. So if someone else wants to go for it, I'm
Just
having.
borrow from naranja up above.
Oh, okay. That's a good point.
That's what I did.
Here, hold on. Let's see.
Oh, there, Elise did it.
Oh, thanks, Elise.
Want to talk about that? So what have you done there?
Yeah, so I use that low central A and the monophthong O, and that first R is the R, carro, and that second R is the tap, so that would be like carro.
Cool. Anybody want to show a different sentence? Christine, I think we're going to wait on the charts. What do you think? Yeah.
I think that will be a good fun practice activity for the next Spanish multilingual phonetics meeting in 4 weeks.
I guess it'd be 4 weeks. Does somebody else want to show their transcription? We can look at that, and then maybe we could transcribe some more in groups just for, because it's fun.
I would love that.
We transcribe a different sentence.
That's fine. No, show a different sentence. Okay, in mi madre compra galletas. You guys have 2 different ones.
I transcribed it from an English speaking person, I guess.
Oh, who was the person who spoke?
That's Marian.
Right, but who was the person who you transcribed from? Like who spoke where you transcribed?
Oh, I spoke, I guess. I mean, because I'm not familiar with the Spanish phonetics. I transcribed it with an English phonetics.
Mm-hmm. And that is something that is so easy to do, you know, and everybody does. My PhD, I worked with Quechua, and the 2 people who did reliability for the Quechua infants and the Quechua adults I spoke with are world-renowned phoneticians, but they're English only speakers, and there were definitely some sounds they didn't categorize because it wasn't in there. They didn't make that distinction phonemically in their heads. So it's a very common thing to do. Mi madre, mi madre. A lot of different ways. I'm curious about the eth that you're putting in there. Are you fricating it, or are you not releasing the D?
Me?
Those of you who put that in there, yeah. Oh, you did. Yeah.
I did it because I learned that's the phoneme and between vowels. So that's the phonemic. What I transcribed is what I.
Allophonic.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yes, the typical allophonic production. What I learned from my Spanish phonetics class would be that turns into that allophone typically. I don't think I say it that way.
What about the tap? What about the fact that it's 2 consonants there?
I guess the way I would say it, mi madre. So it's kind of like a like butter, madre. Is that?
For the tap, yes.
Yes. So mi madre compra. I kind of say it with a Tagalog accent, actually. So that's how I transcribed it. Mi madre compra galletas de chocolate.
Yeah, so you did with a Tagalog accent, you do have more of a O than an O.
Yeah, correct. We don't have really O. We will only have A, E, I, O, U.
So you do have an O.
Oh, it's a chocolate.
But it's a slightly different one.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I transcribed it using my Tagalog accent using the English phonetics.
Except for the Y. That's a J.
That's true. That's true.
So one thing to think about with this is, you know, you did put in an allophonic symbol, Elise, because the phoneme is a D.
Right. I misspoke. Yeah.
And but I'm not sure that that's a fricative there or a spirant. Mi madre, or if it's stopped. Yes. Between 2 vowels, it often is.
Yes, I would produce it as a stop.
Ah, okay. Okay. All looks good. Yes. So just to remind everybody, we have 5 vowels in Spanish as phonemes. I'm forgetting one. E, A. So those are the only vowel phonemes you're going to see, right? Sometimes we'll want to capture allophones, but those are the 5 monophthongs. What other vowels are there? What diphthongs are there? Sorry.
Eu is one.
In which word?
That's not when I say it, I've lost it.
Europa? Eu?
Europa?
Did you say eu is the diphthong?
Like eu, sí.
Yeah.
Is that Europa? Like mantequilla? Mantequilla? Is that a diphthong?
No. It's there. This is the diphthong.
Wouldn't it be like the I in galletas?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and then another one too is like UE reversed, right? Like juego.
In our field, we're going to do a W there.
Oh, okay. All right. I
just like we do a W in English. Juego. We're going to tend to do that.
There's the oi sound as an oi. The oi sound as an oi. The word oi. And then there's oi as well. Oigo.
What'd you just say? Ue. Ue.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I meant to put brackets around luego. Other questions? Let's take it. Why don't you go back in your groups for another 5 minutes and see how, maybe compare how you're doing it. And then we can, let me get you in breakout rooms. Just compare your transcriptions, even if you just get through a sentence or two. I have to leave at 1, but so it'll probably just close down then, but go ahead and do some transcription together. Here we go.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. If I don't see you after the meeting.
Did I get everybody? There you go.